Hey everybody, this is Jim coming to you from the SCF studios. Me and Mr. X, he's off camera of course. I can't pay him yet. Starrcade 84. The $1 Million Challenge. November 22nd, 1984 from Greensboro, North Kakalaki. Fire up your network or wherever you watch. Go to 2 hours, 30 minutes, 37 seconds. 2:30:37. Hey, welcome back. All right, we're gonna do this in 3, 2, 1. Boom. All right, Mr. X. There you see the NWA World Heavyweight Title.
Yeah, that's the Globe Dome belt. The belt was made by Silversmith during the time when Harley Race held the belt.
That was the new belt for Harley, right?
I believe when he had won the belt, I want to say he beat Jack Briscoe, and they had the belt made.
Now the belt before that did not. It was similar looking.
Not really. It looked quite a bit different, I believe.
Okay.
Actually, no. You know what? That belt might have been held by Jack Briscoe too. That Globe Dome. That Globe Dome might have been held by Jack Briscoe also.
I believe it. If I remember right, there you see the longtime announcer for Crockett. That's Truckin' Tom Miller. And he got that name because he had a radio show at night, and the truckers would actually listen to him when they were delivering at night, and he was a very, very popular figure. There's Smoking Joe Frazier. Now, you're more up on the boxing. He's a special guest referee here, but what were some of the fights he had, and who did he beat?
Well, he beat Muhammad Ali for the world title.
That's pretty impressive. There.
Yeah, he lost it back, but he did beat Ali. I mean, one of the very few. He is a special guest referee. This is Thanksgiving night again. This is at the Greensboro Coliseum, like it was at Starrcade 83. As I said before, it's a huge night for the wrestling business in these days. Families would sit down, watch their football, enjoy their Thanksgiving Day with their families. Then after a while, what do you do at night? Taking the matches. So this was just a huge cash cow for Jim Crockett Promotions. Held it in the biggest building in the territory, and pack them in. They're hanging from the rafters, Jim.
Literally, Mr. X, literally. In addition to Smoking Joe, we got two other judges at ringside. Dukiamuku, legendary wrestler out in Hawaii, and NASCAR driver Kyle Petty, son of the King, Richard Petty.
43. So this match is called the $1 Million Challenge. It was touted as the first $1 million purse for a pro wrestling match, and of course, in the promos leading up to this, there was a video where they take you inside of a bank vault, and the lady comes out with the card, and it has $1 million on it. It was pretty impressive as a child or teenager, but it was touted as a $1 million challenge.
Now, previous Starrcade is where Ric Flair had won the belt from Harley Race, and over the course of the year, Dusty Rhodes has basically been pretty much annoying Ric Flair, talking trash, talking whatever, and Ric Flair took the bait, and he actually gave him a match here, huh?
Well, Flair had beaten Harley Race at the last Starrcade and then made him a two-time world champion. As you can see at the end of the main event, all the faces came out and congratulated Flair and everything, and he was back in the locker room and he had champagne and everyone was celebrating with him his win, all the good guys. And then Dusty comes in, and every party needs a pooper. That's why he came in, right? And he actually told Ric Flair minutes after he'd won that, hey, I'm a two-time champ, and why don't you face me? And Starrcade was Dusty's brainchild with Jim Crockett. So, they sold tickets at intermission for Starrcade '84, and this thing was sold out well in advance. So they were really trying to set this match up for the Starrcade '84.
Of course, and there you go, Dusty. He's getting a little loose, a little flip flop and fly. That's a legendary sequence of his right there. Boom, boom, boom. He just did not he didn't hit the bionic elbow there, but he's maybe saving it for when Flair's a little bit more weaker to maybe get a pin on him. So we'll see.
As you can see, Dusty's arms are just scarred up. I mean, he had so many matches where I want to say probably those bull rope matches where he just bleed from all over the place, not just his forehead.
I mean, he had a lot of cage matches too, where as you saw previously in our Starrcade with Flair and Race, your face hits the chicken wire, it's gonna bleed.
All right, that big shoulder block from Dusty.
Now, I know everybody makes fun of Dusty's physique and all, but he actually had a good cardio. He could go 60, 90 minutes with these matches now.
Well, he's in ring shape, that doesn't necessarily translate to a physique. I think, but a lot of it is like, I don't know anything about it personally, but my understanding is like how calm you are on the inside, and sometimes guys that might be in great cardio shape, they might find themselves out of gas just walking to the ring, just because the excitement of the roar of the crowd and just not having it that calm within themselves. And I think that's what Dusty had, for sure, from an early time. I think from maybe even the Outlaw days in the AWA, but for sure by the time he got to Florida and was in a program with Pac Song. I mean, I think he really had a good sense of himself in the ring and had that calm.
I think so, Aaron. Ric Flair looks like he's going for his patented knee drop.
Oh, he missed it. Wow. And so Dusty's gonna now go for a figure four here. Looks like.
No, that's Flair's patented finishing move, or so. He's trying to basically maybe humiliate him by beating him with his own move here.
Dusty did that a lot with people's. I mean, when he would tag team with people, he'd use his partner's move too. So he did that a lot. I think the fans actually got a kick out of it, frankly, and I think he knew that.
Okay. I see the photographers around ringside. I'm pretty sure George Napolitano's out there and Bill Apter from the Apter magazine. I think there's him right there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's him in the blue shirt going around to the left side right now.
Yep. He went off screen.
And
I don't see Paul Lee anywhere, Jim Cornette, but
I think he was just I don't think he was I don't think he was there yet. You brought up a good point. Paul Heyman and Jim Cornette actually started photographers. That's how they got in the business.
Not in this area though, but yeah.
No, Paul Lee, he tells a story. He actually called the office, Vince Sr., when he was in Scarsdale, and basically conned his way in, and he took a photo. I don't remember who, but he sold that photo for maybe $50 or whatever, and he was like 12 when he met Vince Sr. So he was a smart cookie from the start. Oh, it looks like it's going for a pin, but the shoulder's still up there.
I know good old JC, Jim Cornette, started waiting for the Jarrett's, Christine Jarrett in Memphis. So yeah, not here, but I know Cornette was already. I mean, by this point, he's already managing. So
this 84, he was managing the probably the greatest tag team, definitely down in the southern area of the Midnight Express. There, the first incarnation of it.
Well, the second incarnation of the Midnight Express, right? I mean, in reality.
Yeah, it depends on which way you're looking at it, but yes. Oh, it looks like Dusty's Dusty's a little bit taller. He's got a little bit of weight advantage, so he won that wrist lock game there. He took him down here.
Yeah, it's about strength and leverage at that point, right?
Oh yeah. Dusty's got it. You know, he's a little heavier. He's a little bit taller. So
Flair now attacking that midsection. Frazier's kind of giving him some leeway here to just be in the ropes. Like, you know, in boxing, they don't usually let you top on the ropes like that, right? I mean, what's Joe Frazier doing here?
well, I think he understands the high importance of this match, and he's gonna let these two veterans have a little bit of leeway as long as they're not like really blatantly breaking the rules. He's gonna let them go for a minute. Like he knows the importance of this match, so he's $1 million on the line. He's gonna let it go.
Oh, Flair flow.
Oh.
Interesting part about this match is too is this is before the storyline injury to Dusty Rhodes' ankle.
I believe that happened the next year.
Right, during I do believe during '85. So you know, Dusty, he had, I guess his matches were a little bit more. I think there was a little more thought to him. Once he had the ankle injury, it was just easy to find a spot where he could come down funny on the ankle, and then all of a sudden he'd be down. So
Sure. That's that's good storytelling though. Like,
but this is before that, so he didn't have that Achilles heel, so to say.
sure.
So right now Flair's been pretty much on the defensive.
Looks like you were talking earlier about Joe Frazier, but now he's trying to get involved here a little bit.
Well, Dusty suplexes Flair back into the ring now.
Joe Frazier's got to get down. It's a 1, 2. Joe Frazier was a little slow on the count there. But as I said previously with the last Starrcade we did, he's not a full-time referee, so they're a little slow. They're a little out of position, but he seems to be doing fairly good right now. He's kind of staying out of the way. As a boxer, he has ring awareness, so he knows what the square circle feels like, so he has a good feeling for it, so he knows where to go and get out of the way.
He hasn't been in a way like Gene Kaniski was at Starrcade '83. My goodness.
Oh,
that move has not worked since 1983, folks.
I believe Dusty's about to drop. Oh, Dusty missed that elbow. He's finished off a lot of people with that.
Now that red elbow pad, is there something special about that thing? Is there something hard in there? What do you think?
I believe the referee checked it beforehand in the athletic commission, so I think it's all legal here. Flair with a sleeper. He's trying to wear down the big fella. You know, he's trying to get him in a weakened state, but Dusty's felt that move before, so he knew a way to get out of it. He kind of ran around and shoved Flair off of it, over the ropes.
It's interesting because going back and watching the weekly studio show in these days, like they had, I swear, like a 12 or 16 foot ring with the really low apron, you know. But then watching this, I'm pretty sure this is an 18. So it's a pretty big ring compared to the TV.
Well, you bring up a good point. In the studios where they had it set up, you need a smaller ring because you didn't have the room.
Right.
So you needed to make it lower because lower ceilings and
Correct.
make it shorter. So when you get in a bigger ring, it's actually a little harder wrestling, or you gotta get your timing back.
Although you think a smaller ring, they could fit more seats in the arena, right?
Looks like when he hit that post there, it looks like Dusty Rhodes, his head hit the steel.
Dusty Rhodes is bleeding, Jim. Pretty bad.
You know, when your head hits the hardened steel, you know, steel wins 100% of the time.
Joe Frazier now looks like he's holding Ric Flair back. It looks like he's gonna examine Dusty Rhodes. He's telling Flair to get back.
Now, is this a thing in boxing where if a boxer bleeds, they can stop the match?
I'm sure it is. It's up to the referee's discretion, I'm sure, at a certain point. I mean, then again, in boxing, you're going to have all kind of ringside physicians.
And you're going to only go three minutes, and then you can get in the corner and kind of...
Exactly, get your cut, man. There's no... obviously no rounds and there's no breaks or timeouts. So
looks like Dusty's actually getting fired up from the blood, seeing his own blood, maybe setting him up here.
sure, maybe a little adrenaline dump here, but Frazier is out of his element, like you said. There's no rounds here. There's no standing 8 counts. There's none of that. There's not gonna be a break in the action for calling a ringside physician or anything. So
he's checking the cut to see if that cut's near that eye.
right, but it's on the fight, like you said. It's not anything like boxing, right?
No, but looks like Joe Frazier's talking to maybe the commissioner on the outside or something.
Perhaps,
I'm not sure.
yes, perhaps. This might be bad for Dusty Rhodes because this could end his challenge.
Oh, Joe Frazier's getting in there. He's taking control now. He's checking that cut over. If that's cut anywhere near the eye, that it could swell. His eye could swell shut. The
Blood could be going to the
out.
eye. He's not gonna be able to see. Also,
oh,
he just called the match. Oh my goodness.
Mr. X, it looks like Joe Frazier basically referee's discretion. He's calling the match. He's giving it back to he's calling it for the champion
Oh
here.
my goodness, that's a shame because in the world of boxing, yes, that's something that's that they'd stop the fight naturally, but this is professional wrestling. My gosh, Dusty's lost buckets of blood and continued in matches. So has Flair, for that matter.
And with this a world title match, I think they should have
This is for the world title and the $1 million.
And I think they should have let him go a little bit longer. Dusty's a veteran. He knows his own body. If he knew he was in trouble, he probably would have quit. But with him still going, I think he knew he was okay to go right now. But as we say, referee's decision is final.
There you see Jim Crockett. He hands Ric Flair the $1 million check.
Now, that is Jim Crockett Jr.
Yes, don't try and cash it, Flair. It might bounce.
Jim Crockett Sr., the dad, he's the one that started this back in the 30s, I believe.
Big Jim, yes, Jim Crockett Sr.
Now, I can't see who that is.
That's Manny Fernandez right there. Dusty Rhodes' former World Tag Team Champion partner.
Looks like they're covering up the cut here, covering the eye so it doesn't get moving around too much. You're right, Mr. X. This is a shame. Like, they were having one great match, but again, the referee's decision is final. But I believe if you had a normal NWA referee there, he might have made a different decision because he knows these wrestlers. Joe Frazier does not. I think it would have been. Oh, and there you see a legendary commentators. Bob Cottle and the Dean, Gordon Tilly.
Well, Jim, what can you say? It's kind of a disappointing ending to the match. Dusty kind of got the short end of the stick, but what can you do, right?
Well, again, Joe Frazier, he was concerned for the health and well-being of Dusty Rhodes and that cut near the eye. He had to do what he needed to do. Better to live to fight another day, so to say. So, well, folks, hope you enjoyed this one. Want to bring you this one. This is a huge important match between two former and current / whatever NWA champions. We'll be back with more. Hope everybody is well. And as we all know, my beer drinking hand. This is my beer. This is my opener. This is my opener hand. From the SCF Studios, this is Jim and Mr. X saying